Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Slow Burn Pro Wrestling Podcast, where all professional wrestling storylines live. As always, I am your host, Matt Brandon, bringing you all professional wrestling's news, notes, innuendos, and whatever else you can think of that is in the realm of professional wrestling. I might be able to help you with a few other things here and there too, but we're focusing on the wrestling, guys. Come on. All right, I can give you your other advice later on down the line. We can tutor each other, blah, blah, blah. We're talking about wrestling. Just relax, okay? Relax. So, welcome. Happy Friday, everyone. Super awesome day. I hope you guys have ready to cruise into your weekend. All 10 of my wonderful fans. But let's talk a little bit. I was going to kind of just lead off with some wrestling. I wanted to jump right in to TNA today is what I wanted to do. Spend my time talking about TNA. Last night, fantastic damn show, by the way. Lot of story happened last night on TNA. We'll get to that. Also, we want to run over SmackDown tonight. Not a lot known about the SmackDown card for tonight, but definitely going to run over that. But just when I thought we had caught our breath and we could move on and just start talking about wrestling, more happens, all right? And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I said I was moving on from Mania, and I am. I have. I'm trusting the system, as they say. But I will tell you, I'm perturbed by Dwayne, The Rock, Senior Johnson, so to speak. I thought I was done with this. I thought we were moving on, and then he just keeps on piling on, whether it be interview on Pat McAfee, whether it be freaking Twitter posts, whatever it is. It's just like he wants to keep stirring the pot, and it makes me believe that there's so much more that's going to come down the line on this story. However, it doesn't make sense with what we've got out of this story so far. So I just want to say, Rock, how about you take a couple weeks off, man? Let the big boys play for a little while. I love you. You're one of my favorites of all time. You're fantastic. But right now, you need to stay in the back, all right? You just need to, and matter of fact, don't even stay in the back, okay? I took a lot of what he said on the McAfee stuff as calling out Triple H and, saying he would have booked it different. I get all that, and I don't want to spend time with it. I understand. We all want to book things our own way. I get that. However, you're The Rock, and you just came out and you said that publicly to our whole entire fucking world, and now you got to backpedal. But rather than backpedal, he fucking digs in, man. And I appreciate it. I really do. But can we stop? All right. But my biggest thing, you guys know I've made it very clear. I'm a huge fan of Busted Open. I love Busted Open. As a matter of fact, I've got to meet the Busted Open guys. Except for Dave, I can't wait till I finally get to meet Dave LaGreca. But Bully and the guys are my guys. It's what gets me through a lot of days. I love my Busted Open, right? I listen to a lot of other pods too. I listen to Jericho. I love my fucking Chris Van Flay. I mean, there are options, but for The Rock to come out and actually pinpoint Dave LaGreca in a fucking Twitter post, like, I don't know, like the whole thing with him saying to Dave, it's a work. It's always been a work. I talked about this the other day a little, and yeah, I know it's a work, but don't fuck it up for me. Like we know it's a work, but there's still magic that happens, right? And that's how I look at it. Don't take away the damn magic. And I don't know. I think over time this will all die down. Obviously it will. It's wrestling. All is forgiven in professional wrestling. All right? I've forgiven it already. We're moving on. But let's fucking move on, right? Because without actually moving on, we don't fucking move on. It's a very simple concept, and I don't understand really why people don't understand that. Like, I hear people all the time, and this is in real world, not wrestling. Like, actually, wrestling is real world. Everything else is fake. I love that shirt. But wrestling is real. People are fake. But in the real world, you hear people say that all the time. Like, I just wish this would stop. Well, fucking quit doing it. It's like that person that gets cheated on by his spouse or her spouse all the time, and you just keep taking him or her back, and you keep taking him or her back, and you're like, I'm sick of this. I'm tired of being used. Well, fucking stop. I mean, put an end to it. And for us to put an end to WrestleMania, for us to put an end to Rock not showing up and Travis Scott being the worst. All right, by the way, Master P greater than Travis Scott. I still claim it. But, like, let's just move on. Can we do that? I'm not going to mention anything else on my show about it. Well, obviously, if he comes back out and says something else, I probably will. But I want to move on. Let's consider this our jumping point. This is where we jump off. This is where it's over. Let's move on. And speaking of moving on, freaking TNA, man. TNA still on fire. It was great before it started doing these interaction partnerships with WWE NXT, but it has continued to grow. And I'm going to tell you, some of the storytelling that's being done right now on TNA is some of the best in wrestling. I would put it up with anything else that's going on right now. A few of these stories. One of them I put above just about everything in all of freaking wrestling right now. That's the Mike Santana, Mustafa Ali stuff. And we're going to get to that because, yeah, there was a little bit more that's going to happen. And TNA Rebellion this Sunday, guys, from Los Angeles. It's going to be a hell of a show. I don't know. You can, and TNA freaking pay per views are cheap, guys. Freaking get the app, get the Triller app, or get TNA Plus, and check it out. And the great thing on Triller, you can watch it anytime. You can pause it. You can walk away from it. You can pull it back up 3 days later. Once you have it, it is yours. So yeah, do it. Triller, TNA Plus, TNA Rebellion this weekend. It's gotta happen. But let's set the stage a little bit. All right. Last night was awesome. Okay. It was the last night that they did in their little residency, the TNA residency in St. Joseph's, Missouri. Once again, Missouri showing that it's the greatest fucking wrestling state of all time. Actually, the crowd thinned out a little bit from the previous nights that they had there. That's the thing when TNA does, they do a live event and then they usually tape like 2 or 3 other events. And that's going to be like your month of shows. I don't know if you know how that's done. This one was their last in the St. Joseph run, running into the Rebellion stuff, which is at in Los Angeles. Um, it kind of, by that ending show, by the end of the run, sometimes the crowd is a little different. It's kind of like when you watch the old days with AEW and Rampage was taped right after AEW, and it's the same crowd, but it's a totally different crowd because they've already watched 3 hours of wrestling, basically. Like, that sometimes happens to the TNA stuff, and I thought we saw a little bit of that last night, but not a lot. But I figure I've got to call out the crowd because I did a really good job at calling out the Vegas crowd. That's Las Vegas. All right, I did a really good job at calling them out during Mania week, so I'll call out a Missouri crowd as well. It wasn't completely packed by the end of the night, but in my defense, that's Western Missouri. Okay, so it's almost a completely different thing. If you know, you know. Okay, but we opened up, guys, with a pretty sweet tag match. I talked about this a little yesterday on my preview. The system, we had Eddie Edwards and JDC taking on a weird tag, but a good tag with Trey Miguel from the Rascals and Ace Austin from ABC. Chris Bay get well soon. Still the most motivating thing that's going on in not just wrestling, but the whole entire world. Chris Bay, we love you. But yeah, ABC and Rascals, they had a lot of battles, a lot of big battles, but as a team, they really worked together. I loved how they played the story. I said yesterday, I'm not really sure why Trey Miguel is not tagging with Zachary Wentz, the normal Rascals. They added to that because last week on Sacrifice, Trey Miguel got jumped by the system. I had forgot about that, which sucks for me because the story is really good, and I thought they did a really good job. The announce team did a great job at bringing that home with the idea that Zachary Wentz got beat up. This is part of this story. This is going to go even further. Really, really good job. And I want to say a couple things about a couple guys. All right. Number one, great storytelling by everybody involved. The match was fantastic. All right. And I'm a sucker for a quality tag team match. But there's a couple things I want to pull out. All right. Number one, JDC, Johnny Dango Curtis, formerly known as Fandango. Right. He might be the most unsung fucking wrestler in the last 20 years. And I know he's gotten some positive publicity from his time in WWE, swept under the rug a little bit in TNA. Now he's back with the system and he's getting this little mini push. But the guy can fucking work, man. The guy is such a good worker. He sells just about as good as anyone. And then when he no sells, it's about as good as anyone. So I just wanted to take a second to call out Johnny Dango Curtis, JDC, and say, fucking phenomenal job, man. Keep it up. Well done. Can't wait to see what else we got out of this. He's one of the most unsung freaking professional wrestlers that exists today on the major brands. Maybe only second to Eddie Edwards, right? Also part of the system. You talk to people in the business, Eddie Edwards gets so much praise of the work that he does, not only in the ring but what he does backstage, what he does with his coaching stuff as well. Like, Eddie Edwards is so good, and I think the business is better off for having him in it. So yeah, I wanted to double check on that and just really throw that into your face a little bit. I said double check. I wanted to double down on that is what I meant to say, and really give a little bit to Eddie Edwards and JDC, man. Such a good job. By the way, they won this match. Um, but it kind of got a little wonky in the end with the rest of the system coming down and pretty much taking over. Alicia Edwards, not Alicia, Alicia. Comes in, distracts the ref. We get Brian Myers coming down. We get Moose coming down. All hell breaks loose. Quality old school tag team psychology. I loved it. But I want to say that, like, what happened after what we got to this, what's going to happen at Rebellion. Oh my God, I'm so excited. This is great stuff. Backstage, Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, they basically say, we're not going to be able to win this damn match. The numbers game gets us. And then Trey Miguel says, I got someone that might be able to help us. And I'm sitting here wondering, like, what the fuck? Who is this? He holds up the phone to Ace Austin. I mean, I don't even have my phone. Wonder where the fuck my phone is at. He holds the phone up to Ace Austin, and he basically lets him know, I got help. I got a guy. And Ace is like, oh shit. And then it comes out, Sean Waltman, as he turns the phone around. Sean Waltman. If you don't know who Sean Waltman is, that is the 1-2-3 Kid, X-Pac, Six, X-Kid, whatever you want to call. I love X-Kid. That's what I'm going to go with here. But X-Pac, one of my favorite workers of all time. I mean, how can you be in not one, but two of the greatest factions to ever exist, NWO and Degeneration X? Like, freaking come on, man. Sean Waltman, X-Pac, X-Kid. Can't wait to see him at Rebellion on Saturday. Works out good. He lives in Los Angeles, I believe, so the pay-per-view being there. But let's be honest. Let's get more of this. Like, TNA could really pull off of that. Talk about ticket sales, which I think they're already sold out. But ticket sales, bringing in some of those legends, the legends backing up a few of the babies, like it's a really smart move. So good job. Can't wait to see where this rolls, and we'll keep rolling. More on TNA. We got a lot to talk about, guys. We had a backstage little thing. Masha Slamovich, if you don't know, Masha's got this little feud going with Tessa Blanchard, the undeniable diamond. Last week, Tessa freaking jumped Masha's trainer. Everybody knows this trainer. Old school fucking Johnny Rods, baby. One of the best. And you know what? I think he's okay with being referred to as a jobber, so I can say that. But man, one of the best enhancement talents that there's ever been, and runs a wrestling school and has put out so many great wrestlers. Masha Slamovich being one of them. And Tessa beat the shit out of Johnny Rods, which I liked. But what that got us was this week's interaction with Tommy Dreamer. Everybody knows Tommy, one of the coaches for TNA, one of the head creatives for TNA, and one of the greatest wrestling minds that's ever existed, and one of my personal all-time favorites. Like, literally, he's the top tenner for me. Love Tommy Dreamer. Maybe, I think, one of the greatest baby faces of all time. And to be a baby face in EC Dub, that's saying something back then. So, Dreamer talking to Masha, basically firing her up, man. It really worked. It pumped Masha up. And what we saw out of Masha later in the night, she's freaking ready, man. She is going to destroy someone. Cannot wait for that match. And we'll get to Tessa in a little bit too. But what we got after that was, it was kind of cringy. All right. I have been talking about the Mike Santana stuff. Mike Santana, he's an addict. All right. We just call it what it is. A recovering alcoholic. He's an addict. And he's been very open about his journey, very inspirational about his journey and the depths that he's crawled himself out of. But they're leaning to that story, dealing with Mustafa Ali. They've been going to the AA or whatever, Alcoholics Anonymous meetings or whatever it is. Last night was the first time that I think that the meeting stuff was good. Okay. I haven't liked the meeting stuff. It's been a little too cringe for me. And to be too cringe in wrestling is saying something, especially for me, a guy who loves freaking ECW and hardcore. But I will say this one worked because of Mike Santana's promo after. He was so passionate in his words, what he plans on. I mean, he's going to get a hold of Mustafa Ali, and it really added realness to it. And I think that's one of the greatest things about a good storyline. And I'm telling you, right now, in all of professional wrestling, there are very few, if any, storylines that can stack up to the Mike Santana, Mustafa Ali stuff. And I hope that people understand how freaking great this is. I hope they know how appreciated it is. But these guys have been working, man, for a month now, maybe more, and they've been grinding, and the story has worked. But it was really put off to a head with Mike Santana's promo during the meeting this yesterday. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. It got me ready to go. I cannot wait for this match. I know it's not going to be the fucking main event. I really hope it goes on first. Because whatever follows this, you're going to have a hard time coming up for air. I have a feeling this is going to be a hard hitter. It's going to be absolutely fire. Two guys that are at the top of their game. I've been really clear. Mustafa Ali is as good as anybody in the business right now. I can't wait till he gets the call back up. He's coming back to WWE. It might be a while still, but that call is going to happen, and deservedly so. He is absolutely insane, amazing. So this is the match. That's my last note I have on this. It says this is the match, and I would buy Rebellion this weekend strictly for that match. That's what I'm saying. And by the way, I should stop. I need to be put on the media stuff here. I actually have media credentials with TNA, and it's awesome. I missed out. A lot of their stuff they do is during the day, so I'm teaching, and I don't get to do it. Today, I missed out on an awesome freaking Zoom interview with Joe Hendry. So TNA, man, I'm on your media team. I'm credentialed with you guys now, right? So if that's the case, why not let me have these pay-per-views for free? It's a free per-view, right? Nothing like a free per-view for me, and it would help, right? It would help. Look at my digs right now. I got nothing. Give me something. So, cannot wait for that match. We had Rosemary and JC Jane coming over from NXT. JC goes on top there. Zaya Brookside comes out. Basically, all of Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley, Jasmine Nix, and JC Jane beat the shit out of Rosemary afterwards. I love the fact that Rosemary was like, give me more, like a freaking masochist just wanting more pain. But then you had the save from Zaya Brookside and Li Ying Lee. I don't know. I'm not sure about it. I like Zaya so much in the ring, so I'm not gonna like turn my. I won't get up and go to the bathroom during this match. If they do like a 6-man, I think it's gonna be on the pre-show. They're gonna get Fatal Influence versus Rosemary, Zaya, and Li Ying Lee. I won't go away from it because Zaya's in the match for sure. If you don't know Zaya, great young freaking female talent, unreal. British, unreal. Also, lots of past in Japan too. She does a great job. But I don't know. I'm just not sure about the match. They have been so good with all of these stories that it's like you got to throw together, and it almost doesn't work in the card. So we'll see. The next thing we had was the Nemeths, Ryan and Nick Nemeth, out at the Hardy compound. Nemeth driving in his badass white Corvette, very dusty, coming off the gravel road in Hardyville, the Hardy compound. What is it? So it's North Carolina, Cameron, North Carolina. I think that's right. From Cameron, North Carolina. But it was awesome. I love the Hardy compound stuff when they do this. It's been a while since they had one. It's just insanity. But I want to say something. All right. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff to talk about with the Hardy compound because it's insanity. Number one, though, Ryan Nemeth, fucking great job, man. Awesome job. Love the freaking the water scene with him, and he's having like all these it's almost like freaking drug flashbacks, but we're portraying what's going to happen. But Ryan Nemeth with the goth stuff, dealing with Gothic Baby, that's Matt Hardy's kid. Not only that, dealing with Barty's roasting him, another Matt Hardy kid. The whole Hardy family is involved in this. So absolutely phenomenal. The Nemeths steal the belts, which was actually not the way I saw this ending. So the Nemeths will carry the belts into Sunday's Rebellion against the Hardys. Hardys are still champions, but the Nemeths will have the belts. So that's another added part to this story. This story has been really good ever since Matt Hardy got the shit beat out of him by the Nemeths in the cage. Like the total heel turn from Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler. This is just great. So super good. Ryan Nemeth is the star right now of this thing, though. Besides in ring, you got Jeff Hardy. Wow, doing great stuff. But Ryan Nemeth, fantastic damn job. One thing I want to say about this piece, though, sometimes when you do like an outdoor piece or, the home invasion angles where you actually go to the houses or maybe they're actually outside, not at the arena, sometimes the sound can get wonky. And I thought it did here, mainly only in the fighting scenes. There was a lot of and it was too damn loud. Like, I know you're selling, Nick, like I get that, but the sound, that was the only issue I had with this. So, and this is not just in this piece, this is any piece that we do outside, right? Any outside piece, let's make sure that the sound editing is clearer, and we have better, and not just like, no thank you. All right, that's the only issue I had with it, I promise. Let's see. Tessa had a squash match over Misa Kate. It, I love Tessa's style, man. Her aggressive style is maybe my favorite right now. Let's just call it what it is. She might be my favorite female wrestler, not named Tony Storm right now. Tessa is damn good, man. I love watching her in the ring. I'm a fan of the hard hitting, aggressive style like that. And when you see women doing it to that level, that well, it's just, it's really good stuff. So well done, squash match, so aggressive. We loved it. We had another outside thing. EY, Eric Young, and Steve Macklin. We had EY, we had Macklin, we had a fire, we had a park bench, we had nighttime, we had whiskey, we had all of a sudden they're fine and we're talking and I'll see you on Sunday, but then out of nowhere, Steve Macklin is laying on the ground. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm holding out hope. I like the stuff that Macklin's done. New title, that international. I hate that name. Love the belt. Love the blue strap, the Carolina blue strap. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm okay with it. I just thought the piece was weird. If he would have walked away, if Macklin walks away from that piece and nothing else happens, the piece is fantastic. Like, I think it's perfect. But Macklin getting up to walk away, and then all of a sudden you see him laying down on the ground and freaking EY's over top of him. Like, what happened? Did he get shit beat out of him? Was there poison in the fucking whiskey that he drank? Like, I don't know. It left a little bit undone for me. So we'll see. Maybe there's a link to this on Sunday for the pay-per-view. If not, it's going to be a decent match, so you can't complain about it. So that brought us to the main event, man. We had Joe Hendry. I said his name. We had Joe Hendry and Elijah. Walk with Elijah. They're taking on Kaz, Frankie Kazarian, and All Ego Ethan Page. This match was so damn good. It was so good. Joe Hendry with the hurt shoulder right now is as good a fucking storytelling as anything that's going on in wrestling, period. Check that out, Rock. His facials during the sell is so damn good. It is so great. This is so good. I'm hooked. I'm totally hooked. I'm hooked on all ends of this story. All right. Whether the triple threat, which we know we're getting Sunday, Joe Hendry versus Ethan Page versus Frankie Kazarian. I cannot wait for this damn match. First off, Kaz, forever TNA talent, has been there he is TNA. That's why he's the king of TNA. He's never held the TNA World Championship. So that could be interesting. I don't see Hendry dropping this belt. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see Kaz get a run, but it ain't the time yet. But Kaz is doing some of the best work of his career right now, man. So damn good. So keep that up. All Ego, as good as anybody in the ring. The way he handled this tag match, bailing out on Kazarian, leads a little extra to this story as well. Loved it. Kaz going for the tag, and then Ethan just looking at him as he jumps off the apron. That is such a classic heel tag move. The only thing that would have been better is if they would have been tagging for years. That's the only thing that would have made that better. So the other thing I found interesting here was the Elijah situation. Elijah is definitely chumming up with Joe. He said he's got his back. He's proven that he had his back. But if you noticed, Elijah is who got the pin here. All right. Joe Hendry couldn't handle the pin. He was too hurt, right? So Elijah handles the pin. And at one point, after the pin, there was a glance. All right. Just this one little subtle glance from Elijah over to this. It was minuscule, right? But I just think that maybe there's something that's going to happen here. All right. Joe Hendry can't turn heel, so we know that's not going to be the option. Elijah turning heel this quick, I don't know if it's the time yet, but this is interesting. I'm intrigued by what could happen here with the Elijah stuff. It just gives an extra layer to this story that's already so good, with Joe Hendry, Kaz fighting for the belt, Ethan Page saying that should be my belt. I deserve this. I've already kicked Joe Hendry's ass. Like, the whole thing is just really good storytelling. Fantastic job all night long, TNA, with the storytelling. We scored it a B plus, guys. I almost wrote D plus. We scored it a B plus. This has a chance to be show of the week. We'll see what happens, but we're far away from done. By the way, we will do our weekend review on Sunday, so Rebellion will have to be for next week's weekend review. This week will be strictly Monday through Sunday, or Monday through Saturday, and that'll be our normal. We'll do it normal, so that kind of explains it. So tonight, guys, we got a great night of SmackDown. We don't know exactly what all is going to happen. This is our first post-Mania SmackDown. I said Mania again. I guess I almost had to get through tonight, don't I, before I completely push it under the rug. So, what do we have tonight? Number one, I assume it'll be the main event. We're getting a fucking TLC triple threat tag team match. The champions, the street. If you don't know TLC, obviously not Tender Loving Care, not the Learning Channel. It is Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. All right? Tables and ladders and chairs. Oh my. And that is why we are repping the greatest tag team to ever breathe today, the masters of the table, ladders, and chairs match, the Dudley Boys. Tonight we got Street Profits defending those belts versus DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns. All three of these teams have held the tag team championships in the last 2 months. All right. So in reality, this match works. It has story. They've really been trying to build up the tag team division on SmackDown. So fucking yeah, man. Let's do it. And it's a TLC match. And I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and just call it out. Montez Ford in this match is going to rule the day. Show stealer. You better put it on last. Montez Ford is going to make magic happen. All right. What else do we have? Tiffy's going to appear. We know we're going to get Cody's supposed to be there. Randy Orton is supposed to be there. John Cena is scheduled to appear tonight. You know, the belt that he just won is the blue brand belt. So, I don't know. Well, this could be interesting. You know, he's only got the 27 appearances left. He made that very clear Monday night. So, yeah, we're going to get all of them. Plus, we're going to get the TLC. Plus, we're getting Tiffy. And let's just get ready for it, guys. We should get an appearance tonight from Aleister Black, a.k.a. Malachi Black. They've been putting that smoke and numbers up for a long time now, quite a few weeks. And the last smoke and numbers was 4/25/25. So, with that said, the smoky stuff, it's mysterious, it's creepy, it's Aleister Black, all right, a.k.a. Malachi Black from AEW, one of the best damn freaking guys that you're going to see. Zelina Vega's husband, can't wait for him to get back into a WWE ring. I assume he'll be going by Aleister Black, I would assume. So we're going to get that tonight. I assume we'll get a little Ray Phoenix as well tonight. We shall see. We shall see what all goes down. What goes down tonight. I'm super excited for it. So we got that tomorrow. Playoff Palooza Collision. Don't forget, AEW people. We got NBA basketball going. I think it's NBA. It might be the NHL, but I think it's the NBA tomorrow night on TNT. As soon as the NBA is over with, we're going to get that Playoff Palooza Collision. So a lot later start. Make sure your DVRs are adjusted the right way. Maybe you might want to record a couple shows afterwards, because we all know the end of a basketball game, if it's close, can last 14 days. All right. I always say that if I'm given 3 minutes to live, I want it to be the final 3 minutes of a close college basketball game. That's always been my thing. But the NBA can be just as bad. So adjust your DVRs, right? SmackDown tonight, Collision tomorrow, and then we got TNA Rebellion on Sunday. So big weekend of professional wrestling, guys. Can't wait for it. Also, I want to give a quick shout out. Next Level Championship Wrestling. We got an event coming up on May 17th. Cannot wait. I've been putting some stuff on the machine about it. So, yeah, make sure we're in attendance for that. Also, Phoenix Wrestling Experience. We got one coming up on May 9th as well. So local wrestling May 9th, local wrestling May 17th. With PWE, and then obviously Next Level Championship Wrestling and my boy Josh. So, yeah, let's go. Let's get those tickets sold, folks. I want to see you all there. I will be there. So, and I'll be here for all of the wrestling all week, guys. And I got a lot to talk about. So tomorrow, Saturday short could be good. I want to talk about all these bare walls and a little adjustment that we're going to have to the schedule coming up soon. It's something we got to talk about. So we're going to be moving the show, and it's only a matter of time. And thanks for joining us on these, guys. Reach out to me on the email. You guys have it. Facebook machine. I got Twitter. We got the Instagram. I don't really get on those. I need a social media person to do that for me. But reach out to me. Give me some ideas. Let me know what you think. But regardless, thanks for listening, guys. This has been the Slow Burn Pro Wrestling Podcast, where all professional wrestling storylines live. Thank you for joining us, folks. And in this life, remember, guys, we're wrestling everything. Stay on top.